now is legs. Favorite day of the week. Can't friggin' wait to get into this workout and have trouble walking for the rest of the week until next leg workout. So we're starting off with 2 isolation movements, leg extensions and then glute ham raise. And the way that we do the glute ham raise is by just grabbing like a Perspex pole. You can actually use a lat pull down attachment if you don't have one of them. And the idea is, once we've done a set of say 20 repetitions on leg extensions, that's usually the sweet spot of reps that I like to hit, we'll hit out probably about 10 to 12 repetitions on the glute ham raise here. And it's going to be hard to begin with, so you'll have to, put as much pressure onto your hamstrings as possible, but then you just add a little bit more pressure onto your upper body, on your hands, pushing on that Perspex pole just as a spot towards the end, just to make sure that you can get beyond that or to that failure point. So we're just going to go back and forth here pretty much to begin with. Isolation movement, meaning that we don't need as much rest as if it was a compound such as squats or leg press that we'll move on to a little bit later. First compound movement that we're doing here is a squat machine by Precor. This is a pretty good exercise if you want to remove yourself from a lot of the core stability and energy that is required through a usual squat movement, because you're able to place your back against that back support and kind of lean against it, push through your heels and drive through your hamstrings and glutes a little bit more, even though you do feel it in your quads. It's just good to do this exercise every now and again, especially if you're pretty tired or exhausted. Me, I only had like 5 hours sleep last night, so a little bit tired. I'm feeling good though. But given the choice, this is a choice that I took. The easy way out. So I'm hanging around with a millennial here. She's rubbing off on me.
We're both rubbing off on each other. Oh my God, it's tough.
You wish you could rub off on me.
Huh?
You wish you could rub off on me.
Yeah, you started recycling.
Filthy bugger.
He started recycling.
Only when you're looking. In here in between sets, I'll let you know what we're doing next. So I'm doing hack squats. Sunshine here is doing leg press again, because then we don't have to change the weights going back and forth, because she trains a lot heavier than me. So it just makes it easier because we're targeting different areas of our legs anyway. She really wants to target her glutes and hamstrings more. Yes, I want to target my hamstrings, but I definitely want to get my quads, and I don't need any more glutes. That's for sure. So what I'm doing here is 4 sets of a hack squat, going down nice and deep, nice and slow, not overly heavy, because I am pretty fatigued from other exercises, which I always ensure that I am before I go into hack squats. So I don't want to be very strong when I come to hack squats. That's me personally, everyone's different, but I want to look after my knees. I want to make sure that I don't have to have knee replacements when I'm 80, 90, 100 years old. I want to make sure that I look after the pair that I've been given. So on this particular exercise, I just find that it does put a little bit of undue stress on your knees, particularly if you go very, very heavy. Yeah, sure, I can do it. Yeah, I could probably do it for several years. But can I see myself doing that for the rest of my life? No. However, I do if I play it safe, where I am putting stress onto my quads. I'm still developing them. However, I'm pre-fatiguing them prior to this. So, I don't train for today. I train for 40, 50 years from now, So I always think, as I keep telling you, think of every decision that you make today. Is it healing your future or harming it? I'm hitting about 20 repetitions on here, keeping the reps high, slow, deliberate, going full range of motion. I've got a sleeve on this knee now, because on the first set I thought, you know what, feels like I've got a little bit of stress on my right knee, so I'm just sleeving it up just to play it safe, just to make sure, because the patella shakes. You can go from left to right. It's kind of movable to a certain degree, so I want to make sure that it stays aligned as I'm going through this range of motion. One more set.
But he doesn't get to do it anymore because he's got a big old booty already. And I think he's a pussy.
It's called relaxed muscle.
Yeah, relaxed muscle. I dare you to do the hip thruster.
I'll be yellow.
You'll be yellow.
I'll be yellow. I'll be a pussy. I don't mind.
Proud pussy.
Alright, stiff-legged deadlifts. Hitting for hamstrings now. I don't go overly heavy on this exercise either. I see a lot of people online hitting like 5 plates on this, but their legs are bent when they're doing that, which is okay if that's what works for them. I just find by locking your legs out, you can't go anywhere near as heavy. The reason being, because it really isolates your hamstrings without the involvement of your lower back, providing that you've got the mind-muscle connection there. You're going slow on the negative so it isn't putting unnecessary stress onto your back at the lower portion of the movement, and you're keeping the muscles engaged. I don't go all the way up and back and hyperextend. I keep the muscles engaged throughout the entire movement, and I'm only knocking out about 10 repetitions here for several sets while Sunshine is doing the hip thrusters there. Quite an embarrassing exercise actually. You'd never see me dare doing that. My glutes are big enough as it is. Yeah, just knocked out a few sets here, and I think I'll do one more set and that's it. I'm done. Stick a fork in me, and we'll figure out what we're going to hit tomorrow. I don't know what that is. Well, she's got something smart to say. What do you got to say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Right, I think that will do. One more set and we are done, baby, and we'll see you here tomorrow.